It is beyond axiomatic. It is beyond obvious. It is beyond critical. Joe Biden must be impeached immediately. Immediately. And even though he won't be removed via conviction in the Senate, he must suffer, and he must be forever tattooed with that asterisk, that denotation that he was impeached. Bribery, treason, high crimes, misdemeanors. What more does anyone need? Did you need Devon Archer? Okay, fine. If you did, there he is. The level of corruption, the level of criminal corruption, the level of naked, obvious, blatant, and horrible criminal corruption is beyond anything anybody even thought was remotely possible. Do you hear what I'm saying? Beyond anything thought even remotely possible. Let me ask you right now, before I begin, let me try to calm down because this enrages me. But I ask you and I need you to help me out with a matter of metrics here. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell so you're notified of new and live streams and the like. I appreciate that. In the history of the United States, in the history of the presidencies, in 46 presidents, Joe Biden, let me just say this, is the most corrupt of anyone. There is no one that even comes close to it. Spiro Agnew was a vice president, and one could argue that, well, what Joe Biden did theoretically you could say that, well, this was when he was a vice president, and you can't impeach after the fact, and a lot of these criminal activities were done then. I submit to you that they are continuing, that there is a sense of novation, that this administration, by virtue of repeating these lies to the American people and covering up this criminality, has committed an ongoing criminal enterprise. Call it racketeering, call it what you want. Do you have any idea of what could happen to our country by virtue of this information falling into the hands of some rogue, despotic, horrible country that wants to destroy us? Can you imagine Xi Jinping with this? And we don't know what's out there from that laptop because Hunter Biden, for reasons I will never know, it's not enough that he involves himself in weekends, lost weekends with meth and crack or whatever the hell he's doing with fallen, debauched trollops walking around nude with them with whips and naked with guns in hotel rooms. I don't, why this man has to chronicle this. Maybe because he doesn't remember it. Maybe this is his memory. Maybe it's gone. Maybe from years and years of being drug-addled and drug-infected and having every aspect of his sentience corroded and affected and infected by drug abuse. I don't know. I don't care. Get him out. Send him to a monastery. I don't care. Get rid of him. Send him to a clinic. But before you do that, indict him. Charge him. Make sure that he deserves and receives the same justice that that the Democrats laughingly apply to President Trump. What is he now facing? 75 counts of what? They're getting Manolo, the landscaper, in on this. There's Jack Smith there's no end to this. As he stands there in this kind of a weird Illuminati cape, what is this? A Star Trek cape? They had to pull him in from the Hague. This is the way they act. There's no level of horror that is too far-fetched when it comes to President Trump, but when it comes to this man who basically said to you, this is Biden, he said to you, I've never discussed my son's business. Let me just stop right there. That's just absurd. What does your son do? I don't know. What does he do? I don't know. How does he afford his lifestyle of hookers and meth? I have no idea. We've never talked about that. Then he turns around and says, talking to your kids is important. My grandkids, depending upon which ones I acknowledge, talking to them. That's part about being a dad. But you never talk to your son, your beloved son, your remaining son, not the son you get confused with having died in Iraq, but this, your remaining son that you love more than anything else. You've never asked him, by the way, Hunter, what do you do? He wants you to believe that. He says this repeatedly. And he gets his staff of brain dead minions to repeat this canard, this lie. He's never talked to his son. And then after they said, not only have you talked to your son about your job, you've been on the speakerphone, what, 20 times? Hey, Dad, yeah, listen, I'm here with my friends from the job I've never discussed with you about. Yes. Say hello, Dad. It's my dad. The brand, the big guy. This is what you're paying for. Okay, Dad, thanks. Yeah, I'll take care of it. Right. Yeah. That's right. Mersey Dotes, right. And I'll be in Scotland for you. That's our code word for the brand. That's why you're $83,000 a month from Burisma. I mean, what do you need? You've been through this. Look, if you want to hear the litany of the evidence, please go. Fox News is very good at that when they're not wasting my time with this new and unimproved version of this romper room. Go through this. You can hear this. You know about Burisma. You know about them. You know all about that. You know how how they're one and the same. How Joe bragged about how he got Shokin, the prosecutor, off. Says this. He's so used to the corruption, so proud of it. Most people would say, don't bring that up. I can get me indicted. He doesn't care because he's been there for so long. He's lost all fear of being caught. So corrupt, so infected, so rancid is DC that he doesn't care anymore. The DOJ is AWOL. FBI is AWOL. They're gone. They have nothing to do with it. And by the way, you can remove, which I want, him. You can remove Joe Biden. But I want you to think about it this way. Think about Joe Biden as being this cancerous tumor, very malignant, stage 4, serious. And it's metastasized to other organs, lungs, liver, brain. I mean, it's everywhere. So if you remove this tumor, the whole system is so corrupt. It's so infected. It's so riddled with this cancer called this continuing corruption that's a part of it. But let me tell you where everything changed. Let me tell you where our future is. Let me tell you what you have to do. And I want Jim Jordan and everybody else in Comer to listen to me. You've got one more chance for you to do something. I don't want you to write a nasty letter. I don't want you to go to Maria Bartiromo. I don't want you thinking that going on Sean Hannity is some substitute for executive or legal action or legislative action. I want you to do something. I don't want you to do something drastic. And it starts with impeachment, articles of impeachment, all right? Articles of impeachment. I want to find out when they're going to be filed. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene has some out there. Boebert's got some. I don't know what you are waiting for. I don't know what you need. I don't know. America loves to claim, loves to say, we love true crime. What's number one genre in podcasting? Oh, true crime. We love true crime. Did you see how the Gilgo Beach guy, they caught him with pizza and the DNA? Isn't it wonderful how you can find, DNA and unless the DNA and the fingerprints and the photographs are on a cocaine packet left in the White House, that they can't help you with. But serial killers, no problem. Oh, and by the way, you're going to hear nothing about any curiosity as to the tragic death of this Obama staff or cook or chef, and that's for something else. But I just bring this up because, by the way, the questions being asked for that will blow your mind. But that's not here. That's for the adult internet. I don't mean sexual. I mean almost like the secret, the paywall group. That's where that's talked about. But I digress. As far as this goes, going back to Jimmy Jordan, number one, you have to have some form of articles of impeachment. Number two, you have got to do more than just write a letter and send a letter of recommendation, some some like Rand Paul does. And I sent a letter of recommendation to the Department of Justice to prosecute Dr. Fauci for. Would you stop this? Now, I don't know what you're supposed to do. You're a senator, you're a leading congressman, and you can't get anybody to do anything. Would it help, for example, maybe if you went in front of the DOJ and picketed like those people did in front of the Supreme Court justices when Dobbs was issued? And by the way, do we know anything about who took that? Who was it who stole the Dobbs memo? Anybody? Anybody find anything about this? Alito knows about that. I don't know. See, because that's what happens in our country. We hear about stuff and it just goes away. We don't hear about it anymore. Hey, what about those French people? Oh, yeah, they're rioting. Yeah, whatever happened with that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What about the truckers? Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know. Things just happen. They come and they go because we have the attention span of a gnat. So going back to Jimmy Jordan. Number one, articles of impeachment. Number two, a referral for more than just to go on and just to hector, to protest, to march in front of the DOJ, in front of the FBI, and say, do something. Because Ray and Merrick Garland has said, basically, I'm not going to do it. They are immune. We don't go after the Biden family. We only prosecute Trump. Number three, this is the time for Bobby Kennedy to rise to the occasion. If anybody had any doubt in their mind why the current system of government, the current system of politics is anachronistic and gone, this will show you. I have a dream. This is my dream. This is my fantasy. Bobby Kennedy goes third party. He destroys the Democratic Party and he hands it over to Trump. And Trump, if he has to, if he's in jail, fine. If he's in prison, fine. I don't care. And by the way, Bobby Kennedy teams up with Tucker Carlson. Think I'm crazy? No, not at all. Because this left-right paradigm is a joke. Democrats, Republicans. So Jimmy Jordan, this is up to you. Comer, this is up to you. This is up to you. You've been on. I've seen Jonathan Turley. Enough. God bless him. We know the story. Thank you. Now do something. What does America need to know? If this isn't a crime, if this isn't racketeering, if this isn't organized crime, if this isn't serious gangster stuff, I don't know what is. America, this is your time. And you get on the phone and call your representative. You email your representative and say, I want this man impeached. Let him get a response. And have everybody in those offices say, oh my God, are you getting letters too? And by the way, when you call a congressman, they actually keep track of that even more than emails, because emails get lost. Believe it or not. Don't sit back. Don't think tweeting and liking something or watching Fox News is going to make a hill of difference. It's not. It's not. This is up to us, America. This is it. This is it. It never gets any more blatant than this. We have to impeach Biden now. Impeach. I know it's not removal. It doesn't matter. Americans think it means something. Americans think that it means something. Fine. Then let's give them something that means something to them. Okay? Now, thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos, and comment as you see fit.